Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today I'm continuing my Disney movie marathon. And this time around I'm going to be reviewing a live action film because I felt like I didn't review enough live action movies in my last marathon. So the one I'm going to be talking about is Cool Runnings. Yep, this particular movie folks. So yeah, I've seen this quite a while ago, but of course, as usual, I do have to talk about the plot of this particular movie, so let's dive right in, shall we? Obvious theme here is that it's gonna be a sports themed movie, folks, of course. So yeah, when a Jamaican sprinter is disqualified from the potato games, let's just say he enlists the help of this dishonored coach to start the first Jamaican bobsled team, which of course it's met with skepticism. Can this kind of thing actually work? So I guess this has to happen because we do need conflict in the story. Without conflict, there's no story. If there's no plot, there's no drama, there's no plot. So yeah, it has to happen somehow. Of course, there's gonna be some comedic moments. Of course, this is Disney we're talking about, folks. So of course, there will be quite a few comedic moments here and there. I'm reviewing a sports theme film here, folks. Yeah, that's a rarity. I know I don't do this quite often, really. But I must take this as an opportunity to do so since, I want to do my Disney movie marathon. So anyway, yeah, of course, they need some help to do this kind of a thing, folks. I think there should be some problems, of course. Yeah, of course. But they were able to form this particular team, obviously. So altogether, this was a pretty well adjusted film, folks. And so yeah, folks, this film may not be the greatest film of all time, and granted, it's full of cliches, sure, but hey, for what it's worth, it does work for what it is, folks. So yeah, folks, there's plenty of emotion and excitement in the film, folks. So altogether, there's plenty of laughter, and yet there's some stuff that's kind of goofy, of course. Hey, this is meant to be a light-hearted film with a good story. Yes, there is some dramatic moments in the film, but it doesn't take itself too seriously at times. For the most part, the acting wasn't too bad, folks. The acting did do his job, of course. And yeah, I like the actors in here, folks. You can obviously see that they were attempting to put together a work of art. It's altogether well written. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cheesy, sure, but it's meant to be inspiration in a lot of ways, folks. So when it comes to inspiration type movies, they tend to be a bit cheesy. So yeah, even the editing itself isn't too bad. I like the editing in here, folks. I sure do. The editing is really well done for its movie, folks. It may not be the biggest budget film, folks, sure, but yeah, it does have several things that the story is dealing with, folks. And yeah, altogether, folks, I can say it's a good thing. It's had a good story and a good overall plot, a good beginning, middle, end. It's pretty good, folks. I can say that the film does itself a good job. And yeah, it doesn't trip on its own feet, folks, which of course is a good thing here. Because of the fact it does succeed in what it was attempting to do, folks. It's funny, it has a strong message, and pretty enduring characters. It does have a good ending. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, of course, folks, but it does have a pretty good ending. And some of the jokes in here are actually pretty funny, folks. You feel that you could be rooting for the characters. It's this team, folks. So yeah, there's lots of feeling right here, folks. And so yeah, there's lots of issues in which this film is focusing on. And maybe there's a few things they could have done better in regards to theme and plot, sure, but for the grand scheme of things, it does more right than wrong, I guess you can say, folks. The dialogue is pretty tight, and the pacing isn't too bad. So yeah, I never got bored or anything, so the overall story was pretty interesting in itself, so yeah, folks. I would say check this one out if you haven't seen it, because it does a good job in what it's trying to do. I genuinely like this film, folks. I'll say check it out. It's worth getting on DVD or Blu-ray, or one of those combo packs if you wish. So yeah, it's definitely one of those films you could add to your Disney collection. It's really worth it, folks. It's one of the better live-action films I've seen over the years, folks. It's not that bad. It really isn't all that bad at the end of the day. So altogether, folks, I can say this is something I can watch over and again as time goes. It's a good time waster, at least, and I can say that the lighting was good. the set designs and whatnot. The lighting in regards of scenes that have like taken place inside of a room, a house and whatnot were pretty well done. Now all the scenes that were shot outside of an apartment or house or whatever, it's really well done, folks. So yeah, altogether this was a well crafted film. Not my favorite Disney movie ever, but they're a pretty good one, folks. It really is a good one at the end of the day. I do recommend it because it has heart, folks. It definitely has heart. And yeah, it's goofy, sure, at some points, but that's part of the fun, folks. The fact it's pretty goofy at some points is what makes make it be like a feel-good movie. So he tries to tell the story about the first Jamaican bobsled team and their efforts to overcome maybe prejudice, and whatnot. So altogether, this was an enjoyable flick. You can enjoy every minute of this flick and have a good time. You can understand the characters have to go through this particular moment in time. Well, in this movie anyway. So, yeah, folks, it has its moments, of course. And I did like the way it was done. It's kind of like an underdog story. I know when it comes to sports themed movies, the underdog story has been done over to death. I kind of agree on that. But, yeah, okay, granted, it's not the most original movie ever, sure, but still, it works for what it is. The comedy is pretty ridiculous in its own way, but it's supposed to be ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty silly, but that's fine, folks. So, altogether, this was an enjoyable flick. It's pretty delightful in its own little way. I quite enjoyed it myself. It's pretty entertaining. So, yeah, I can say that. I can watch this again and again. It has a warm heart. Yeah, it's one of those comedy movies that tends to be for the entire family. In a lot of ways, it does succeed in what it's trying to do. So yeah, it's a good feel flick. But so yeah, folks, it might be maybe too much for little kids. Maybe little kids may not want to watch this. They may want to watch something that's animated. But maybe for the older viewers, it's something worth watching. So yeah, I think this is a really good film as a whole. There's not really too much to complain about, really, folks. It does its job, of course. So the movie as a whole is definitely well crafted. I did like what the director was doing here. The director had a good direction with this flick, and he came in full force. So altogether, I can say the camera scenes were well directed. Has great camera angles. It doesn't look like one of those amateur films out there. Yeah, it may not have the highest budget in the world, but it doesn't look super cheap either, folks. So I guess that's something. So that's not all bad, I suppose, folks. No, sorry. So it's something you can get behind it, and it's one of those movies you can actually feel good at the end of the movie. It's not super depressing or anything. So it's a Disney film, folks. Generally speaking, Disney movies are supposed to make you feel all warm and toasty inside anyway. And that's what this film succeeds in doing. So yeah, I know at times Disney films had done lots of sports movies in the past, sure. And some are better than others, sure. There are better sports movies than this. But, like I said, at the end of the day, it does its job. It does what it's supposed to do. So yeah, I personally found this film to be a delight. In some ways, I feel that this film does not get the full appreciation that it really deserves, folks. But, well, I'm telling you guys to go ahead and watch it. Because it's not a bad movie. It's far from horrible. Cool Runnings did get some positive reviews when it first released, so that's something. Well, anyway, Cool Runnings, it gets an overall rating of a 7.3 out of 10. It gets a 7.3 out of 10 from me, folks. And of course, as always, thanks for watching, and take care. See ya. Oh yeah.